Hello and welcome to Broken Entertainment. So it looks like Jodie Whittaker has quit Doctor Who, and a lot of former fans are cheering and dancing in the streets. I am not one of them. I was a huge fan of the show, for the new show and the old show. I actually, when I got into the show in the new series, I went back and watched every single episode of the old show. Absolutely loved it. I have a lot of Doctor Who merchandise. I have a lot of Doctor Who DVDs and Blu-rays. I used to religiously buy when it came out. I would buy the new season on from Microsoft on Xbox and watch that. And Jodie Whittaker was a big part of the team that killed it. But Chibnall's still there. The BBC's attitude is still there. Their hatred of fans is still there. Their hatred of the show is still there. The fact that they want to turn everything into agenda and politics is still there. The terrible writing is still there. Jodie Whittaker leaving, unfortunately, doesn't mean anything. And it's been met with, although there's a lot of people celebrating, most people just don't care anymore. The damage has been done. It's one thing to have bad seasons or an unlikable doctor. Those things have happened before. But they've poisoned the show. They destroyed 60 years worth of canon. They've destroyed the fan base. And have had horrible moments where, you've had one of the characters on the show who is a cancer survivor confessing their fear that cancer is going to come back, and the doctor just being like, haha, I'm socially awkward, so I'm just going to be socially awkward and not talk about it. I mean, this show was gigantic in the United States, and it was gigantic in the UK, and now it's not in either one. If you look at the ratings over here for Revolution of the Daleks, the special that just came out, 4.69 million viewers. This is a show that averaged almost double that for years. And if you look at even the Series 12 opener, you're talking about a loss of, 2 million viewers? Season 11, Jodie Whittaker's first season started with, I think it was 10 or 11 million viewers. Look at the audience this show has lost. And to me, I read this article on Daily Mail UK about her quitting, and it spins and spins and spins, and it's super political, and it's ridiculous like everything else around the show has been for years now. And I was going to do this big, thing where I go through it and counter each of the points and so on and so forth. And then I realized I just didn't care enough. The BBC and its various arms and the media in the UK are going to spin it, and they're going to say what they're going to say, and it doesn't matter because the show sucks. And you could have a bad show and it could recover. But a bad show that lectures the audience, and a bad show where the creators of the show go out and insult the audience and insult cancer survivors. When that happens, you can't come back from that. And then on top of that, you have an episode that completely erases the history of the show. Unfortunately, Jodie Whittaker quit. I just don't care. And I want to be mad about the state of Doctor Who, but I don't care enough for that either. It is what it is. They've killed it. I have the old show. I have the Capaldi era. I have the eras before that. I can always go and rewatch that and rewatch the stuff that I liked. This, to me, this is dead. And the only way it's going to come back isn't Jodie Whittaker leaving. You got to get rid of Jodie Whittaker. You got to get rid of Chris Chibnall. You got to get rid of most of the people running the BBC. Or you have to get those people to realize that entertainment is about entertaining and not lecturing. But none of those things are going to happen. And it sucks. It sucks to be basically unemotional about news like this. It used to be a doctor leaving the show, even when you didn't like, would get a major reaction from everybody. And now it's like some people are celebrating, which is terrible on its own account. And other people like me are just like, too little, too late. You know, these ratings are abysmal. And if you go back and you look at the last season that was just on, this is from January of 2020. They had the lowest ratings in 31 years with 4.4 million viewers. I mean, there it is in black and white. The show is dead. It just isn't aware of it yet. And I hope that one day this show gets canceled, spends some time off, and comes back with people that genuinely care about the show and the audience. But until that happens, Jodie Whittaker can quit all day long and it doesn't matter. So if you like the video, please hit the like button. Consider subscribing to the channel if you aren't, and I will see you next time.